Hello guys, Jordan Talks here, back with another video. This video today is going to be my Browns vs 49ers preview. First of all, I just want to say thank you to anyone who's come here after watching my first ever video. That seemed to get quite a few views over the weekend, probably because of the NFL game in the UK. So if you've come here from that video, appreciate your support. Any new viewers, if you could subscribe to the channel, like the videos, that would be great. Would be appreciated. So now, if you didn't already know, I'm a massive Browns fan, and I do a preview of each Browns game each weekend. So luckily for me, this game's on a Monday Night Football because I was a bit stripped for time over this weekend and the end of last week, so we would have been struggling to get the video done. So yeah, I got a bit lucky with that one, so managed to do it today after work instead. Right, let's get into this one then. So the Browns come here obviously after winning against the Ravens last weekend, which was obviously a massive result, divisional game, massive rivalry, and it was really a game that we really needed to win. After the first few weeks, people were suggesting that the Browns ain't all this, all that. Come back, bounce back with a massive win, didn't we? Absolutely put it on the Ravens, and near enough dominated that game from start to finish. There was a few points where looked like it could get away from us, but most of the time we were in charge of that one. So yeah, back after that one, obviously playing against the 49ers team here, it was 3-0. As well, it's worth pointing out at this point, the Browns have started the season 2-0 on the road, so that's obviously a good start. So coming here on the road is not a massive problem in my eyes. I don't think the 49ers home field advantage is that great, if I'm being honest. But yeah, the 49ers are 3-0. Only one of, I think it's only two teams left unbeaten now, isn't it? Them and the Patriots. But obviously, the Patriots have won 5 to San Francisco's 3 games. So yeah, and in my opinion, they haven't really faced a team yet that will be pushing for the playoffs. They're coming across teams who are either near the bottom of the league or in the middle of the pack. So be interested to see how we weigh up the game after tonight. So yeah, with the Browns, it seems like a bit of a reoccurring thing each week where I have a look at the injury report and it's not the prettiest sight. It's not as bad as it was last week. There's a few guys that have come healthy now and they will be playing tonight, but still with Greedy Williams and Denzel Ward, they're still out with their hamstring injuries. That's the big cornerbacks, the starting cornerbacks for the Browns. But the defense has played well actually since the injuries on the back end have happened. It's not like they've been picked on, I would say. They've held their own and performed with great credit in both the Rams game and the Ravens games, where both of those teams were coming in with high-flying offenses. Yeah, so I think this defense will get a bit more tested in this game with Kyle Shanahan, obviously, offensive mastermind as he's known as, and he's had a long time to prepare for this game. Obviously, they're coming off the bye week, so I'm sure he would have been going through the tape with a fine-tooth comb, spotting a few things that he reckons he can take advantage of. But I'm not too worried about that, if I'm being honest. The main worries for me is with the offense, and that's where most of our star power is, so it's a bit strange. But yeah, I think this defense will be alright. Let's just hope that they can carry on performing at the level they have been. So what I'm looking from the Browns tonight, can we establish this run early? Against the Ravens, we wasn't getting that many yards, but we was getting enough yards to keep us in third in manageable situations. And can we get Nick Chubb going? Because against the Ravens, even though he wasn't ruining them with the run, it was making them respect it, which did open a few things on the play action, like we've seen Ricky Seals-Jones getting up and down the right sideline in the second half. There was a few big runs after catches. And Nick Chubb, he's having a great season so far. I think he's averaging 5 yards a carry at the moment, maybe even a touch over. So yeah, hopefully he can continue to run the ball at a good rate. Second thing for me, can we protect Baker long enough to let downfield routes develop? Our big plays aren't massive air yards plays, are they? They're always run after the catch, like the Jarvis Landry play last week, where he absolutely stormed down the field for I can't remember how many yards. But yeah, it's never long. The ball's never in the air that long, because it seems like we have to get the ball out of Baker's hands to make anything happen, and it has to be out of the hands quickly. If we can make some of these routes develop downfield and get some big plays, even if they don't catch it, when you're playing against wide receivers like Odell Beckham, the defense is always prone to giving away a pass interference, in my opinion, or even if it's a holding, and those sorts of penalties, automatic first down, gets you down the field a bit more. So hopefully we can get some of them going tonight, some of the big plays in the air. And I'd really like to see Baker take a few shots downfield, actually, because he hasn't really been taking that many shots, I don't think. It'd be good to see that. Can Myles Garrett take over yet again? Now, Myles Garrett's been causing absolute havoc so far this season. Last week against the Ravens, even though if he didn't fill the stat sheet up, I'm watching videos of him take the left tackle off his feet, and he's an absolute giant of a man, that Ravens left tackle. And he was taking him off his feet, literally. And if he goes on the right side again tonight, which he likes to line up on against the left tackle, he's lining up against a sixth round rookie, he is, at left tackle for the 49ers. So I'm sure he'd be licking his lips at that sort of matchup. And if they do double team him, either with chipping with the tight end, and if that tight end is George Kittle, that means his routes ain't going to be able to get so far downfield. But if they do double team him with a non-passing tight end, if it's searching more like a blocking tight end, that means someone else is going to be getting a one-on-one matchup, and there's players all over that D-line who can make plays for this Browns defense. So it's going to give a lot more opportunities, isn't it, to the players, especially on those blitz packages as well. If he's having to get double teamed, there's going to be gaps. It's the B gap, the C gap. People can fly through them and make a play. So that's the keys to the game, really, for me, those three things. Can we establish the run early? Can we protect Baker long enough to make routes develop downfield? And can Myles Garrett take over like he has been all season? If those three things can happen, I think we win the game quite comfortably, to be honest. Very much doubt all three things that those going to happen. I'm not too worried about the defense in the back end. I know they have got some speedsters, the 49ers, but I feel I'm comfortable enough with that. Whoever's playing back there in this system, with Steve Wilkes doing a great job of sorting this system out this season. So do I think the Browns can win the game? I'm not as confident as I was against the Ravens. I was quietly confident in that one because it needed to happen. And Baker's the kind of guy who will force it out of his teammates to bounce back in those sorts of situations. But yeah, I'm looking for the Browns to win this one. Back-to-back wins for the first time this season, which is another great thing that could happen. Quietly confident, I suppose. But this game, I don't think is going to be about who makes the biggest plays. I feel like this game's going to be about who makes the fewest mistakes. And I'm hoping, with the expectations on this 49ers team in front of their home crowd, that a few of those young players, because they've got a very young core, like the Browns as well, I'm hoping a few of them crack under the pressure in their home stadium on Monday Night Football. So I'm going to pick the Browns to win this one, 31-20. Mine may be stupid, maybe a bit of a homer here, but that's how I feel. And then hopefully move to 3-2. And crazy enough, it's going to be the first time they'd have a winning record if they get to 3-2 since I've started supporting them. So fingers crossed for the Browns, fingers crossed. Hopefully have a winning record after this week and onwards and upwards after that. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, if you could leave a like on the video. If you're new around here, if you can subscribe, that would be great. I appreciate any support. Leave a comment. How do you think the Browns are going to get on tonight? I'll get back to anyone who does leave a comment. And yeah, appreciate it if you have come across this video. And yeah, thanks for the support. And I'll be back tomorrow with my preview of week 5, where I've got a few things to go over, what I think of a few certain teams. And yeah, until tomorrow, peace out.